So as you gradually open your higher consciousness, in the midst of it all, you are dealing and taking care and resolving what's in the way of your authentic self. And even as you open into divine light, you will still be healing these deeper obstacles. But it is the light of divine that will support you so greatly. And this is where we say to surrender. Surrender your pains, surrender your burdens, because it is only through the light of God that those aspects can truly be healed once and for all. So, in a way, you are not really doing it yourself, but you are stepping aside this ego I that has always tried to protect itself, not to feel that pain again, not to go back down into those deepest difficult energies. But when we step aside that and we allow that divine love and divine light to nurture us in such a way that nothing compares to that. Nothing. Nothing on this earth can truly bring that true healing. And this is why I tell so many of you that I meet during our private sessions that we should not get stuck by only focusing on the challenges, on the obstacles, on the traumas alone. Because as you work your way into higher states of consciousness, then that will be your greatest support. And that will be your greatest support. And it's okay if along your path, your life may seem to be more challenging than others. And everyone has his own life experience. Some people have a less challenging past, a less challenging life experience, and others have it more difficult. Okay, either way, it is okay because there's no mistake that you are here incarnated as this human being, but within that, there is a soul here that has chosen to be here exactly as it is. And it is through this lifetime that you are experiencing here is a great chance, a great opportunity to liberate your humanness, the suffering that is experienced from the humanness, but also you have an opportunity to liberate your soul, to liberate your soul from any engagements in the lower worlds, because your soul too is working through so many lifetimes of unconsciousness, so many lifetimes that now is the time to recorrect it. And now is the time to redirect your focus back into divine. So use this life as an opportunity to resolve anything that comes your way with the least resistance possible, because there is where you'll surely have more ease and more support. Yes, and also as you further open into the pure spiritual planes of the divine, here's where every time you So just connect and start having access to this pure spiritual plane. You will also receive the grace of so many masters there. Once you start peeping and having access there, then these masters know that you are ready. You are ready to be uplifted by their grace. And once we start to, let's say, uproot ourselves from this particular reality here, will we start to have so much more clarity of whom we truly are in that divine awareness. And through that divine awareness, we'll have even further insight and clarity of what is still fixated in the lower planes, in the humanness aspect with its own four bodies included. But that too will start to reharmonize because it starts to touch the higher light of divine and it starts to rewire your emotional body, your mental body. It shifts it according to the degree of light of divine you're connecting with. So we see from the deepest level, it is by trusting and surrendering to the true ultimate God in you that you will truly heal yourself from the inside out. And I would call that as a very integral way because I see sometimes people having a wrong idea that by meditating into divine and merging into the one at some level, you may assume you are negating this humanness here. But it actually works the other way round. It is by that luminous light of divine where you will have the deepest clarity of it all in this humanness and human aspect. And I've never ever experienced such nourishment within the soul, within these lower four bodies that make up this human experience. I've never received something more profound than this divine light, divine love. It is the purest light and is what really, really nourishes us at the deepest level and at the surface level too. Also, when we meditate, when we connect with the higher light, this is where naturally the lower vehicles of consciousness are recorrecting and realigning to that higher light. So that too is very integral because step by step you're opening further and integrating that within yourself here and now. But as long as you are truthful to every present moment, this is the most healthy approach. truthful, willing to meet your deeper obstacles, and yet working with the higher light of God to resolve, to heal, and to clear out of your consciousness, but with great love and great kindness. And this is also another aspect for anyone who has great challenges with their traumas. It is to work more and more in a self-loving way, to learn how to be more compassionate with yourself, how to be more loving, how to make yourself feel safe within this body here. It's a whole cultivation of learning how to love, how to be compassionate, how to be kind, how to allow, because through that it also supports you to transcend and go beyond these obstacles. And it is a way of self-regulating. So there are many practices as well in the midst of a difficult moment. You want to bring your attention in the body. Sometimes you may feel numb or too panicked and not be able to be in the body. But then there are certain gestures that will help you regulate. And when you regulate yourself, this gives you the opportunity to release a certain amount of that frozen energy in your nervous system. Because traumas are held within our nervous system, and this is why that can be a little obstacle as to be able to sustain a higher light, because there are parts in our nervous system where maybe twitched or frozen or damaged in some ways. But there again, with the higher light, this begins to dissolve. It begins to rebalance. It allows you to have a greater strength in you. The strength is of the light. And all together with that, things will surely become easier for you to manage, for you to handle. So just to show you, since we are speaking of this topic today, one of the gestures that is highly supportive is to hold your body in this way, like a self-hug. And when you're hugging yourself in this way, in the midst of any challenging, traumatic reliving experience, you are regulating your nervous system and saying to it that you are safe. You are here in this body and you are safe. Because this trauma can't distinguish between the past and the present. That's why it keeps living that fear. So by holding yourself and relaxing yourself, you are signaling to your nervous system that you are actually okay. Even though fear is present, and even though that fear may be so strong. And as you stay with yourself, you recognize that you are holding the container of this body that helps you, yes, a more integral way of how you can process that frozen energy in your nervous system. So once you calm down, once you manage yourself in that most difficult moment, you come back in the body, you are present, and then you can go further in the meditation. And then you can connect with the higher light and all the tools that you receive on your path with your meditations. And you want to reattune with that higher light because that is the most supportive. So we could say that we take care from both sides, from above and from below. Yes, and that is a very healthy way. Another practice that can be also really good is that you place one hand on your heart and one hand on your forehead, and you breathe from the forehead down into the heart and create a bridge. Because once again, people who have suffered from trauma feel very disconnected. And so, in the midst of the most challenging energy, you may place your hands on the body that makes you feel safe, that your vehicle is here, safe, and then you bridge between the mind and the heart. You bridge that gap because there may be some energies there. And then from the head, you place that hand on your belly and you bridge from the heart to the belly. So then you're becoming aware of these internal intense energies, but you're also signaling to your nervous system that you are okay, you are here, everything is safe. And that is a way how you can tap into, bit by bit, those frozen energies. And with your breath, with your presence, with the higher light, all together bring such a high support to you.